Welcome to NZ Advisor TV. I'm Kylie Spear and my guest today is Emily Mendes Ribeiro, General Manager Homeowners at ANZ Bank New Zealand. ANZ Bank New Zealand has been recognised as one of the winners of NZ Advisor's Lender of the Year 2025. Welcome to you, Emily. Congratulations and thank you so much for joining us today.
Kia ora, Kylie, and thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here today.
Well, firstly, Emily, ANZ has the largest business development manager team in the country. How does this scale of support make a difference for advisors and ultimately for their clients?
Yeah, thanks, Kylie. We've got, as you said, one of the largest teams in the country. We've got 11 BDMs that are scattered around New Zealand, Aotearoa, and really focus on providing that in-depth and personal support to our advisor community. So we're really proud to have that large team and invest a lot in making sure that they're able to provide that level of support to advisors. We've got some that are on the ground and will come out and have coffee with you or talk you through different policy changes. And then we've got others that are desk-based and will provide that support over the phone. But we are absolutely so proud of our business development team and believe that's one of the key reasons why we won the award in the first place.
Supporting mortgage advisors has been a long-standing focus for ANZ. Can you share how these partnerships have evolved and why they remain such a priority?
Yeah, sure. So we've been in the mortgage advisor game for a really long time now. In fact, some members of our business development team have actually been there since the start, which is the most incredible thing and leads to the most amazing stories when you do catch up with them. So we are absolutely in this for the long game. We're in this for the long game for advisors. We recognise and know that some customers choose to deal with advisors, and that's because they want that support or that service level that they can provide. We also know that advisors love dealing with ANZ. We know that because we won this award, but also because of the feedback that we get through that business development team. So being in this for the long game and being there for customers and advisors is just so critical to us. We've evolved as time's gone on, right? Things have changed, policies have changed, pricing's changed over time, but we've always been there and we're really committed to it as a segment.
Emily, competitive pricing and policies are key differentiators in the home loan market. How does ANZ ensure it stays ahead while still meeting the needs of a diverse customer base?
Yeah, look, it's really tricky. And pricing, as anyone who's part of the mortgage community would know, pricing changes somewhat daily, sometimes it feels like, right? With the frequency with which things in the economic environment change, and that leads to pricing conditions changing. ANZ's really committed to being in the game on price and making sure that we've got competitive options for customers. Right now, we've got market-leading rates from 6 months to 2-year terms, which we're really proud of and love that we're able to provide that level of support to customers. Essentially, our pricing strategy is we've got to be aware of what's going on in the economic context, and that means things change. And over time, prices will go up and down. But making sure that we're competitively positioned on price and on service and turnaround times and on policy and on that whole gambit, that's what's important to ANZ, making sure we're well-rounded in that proposition. Policy is an interesting one too, you touched on there briefly, because policies also fluctuate according to economic conditions. We make policy changes really regularly and are very proactive in communicating to advisors what those are. In fact, recently we've just launched a market-leading policy for our residential investor customers. We provide 10 years interest only, which no other main bank in New Zealand does upfront. We do that because we're in this for the long game for those investor customers. We know customers want certainty, and for many, managing cash flow, interest only is a really viable option. So we're really proud to have market-leading policies when we can and to adjust our policies as economic conditions change.
ANZ is New Zealand's largest and oldest bank, with nearly 1 in 2 Kiwis banking with you. How does this scale and heritage translate into advantages for customers and advisors alike?
Yeah, our scale is really important to us and something we're really proud of. It means we've got branches spread across the country and a really strong contact centre team too that can provide customers direct support when needed. It also means, like we talked about before, we've got this largest business development team in the country, and so we can provide our advisors that direct support too. From a customer perspective, it means it's highly likely that the customers that you might be talking to as an advisor have a relationship with us already. And so it might just be that little bit easier to help show them why ANZ could be a really valuable option for them. So there's many advantages of scale, and certainly being well recognised and respected in New Zealand or Aotearoa is so important to us.
Your home loan strategy is centred on making it easier to buy, faster to pay off, and healthier to live in. Can you elaborate on how your products and initiatives support these goals in practice?
Totally. So I'll kind of break that one down a little bit because there's sort of three elements there. The first piece you talked about was easier to buy. And what I talk about there is we've got our first home buyer cash contribution offer in market at the moment. So that's where we're providing eligible first home buyer customers $5,000 cash when they join with ANZ, which is a really compelling offer. And like I said before, so many customers may already have a relationship with us, making that first step just that bit easier. In terms of helping customers pay off, we've got policies and procedures in place so that when customers make minor changes to their repayments, because, for example, their job's changed or their income's changed, they can do that without penalty. So make sure you're up to date on what those policies and procedures are so that you can help your customers to pay off faster too. In fact, in this current interest rate cycle, as rates have come down, we've seen about a quarter of customers either maintain their repayments or not decrease them too much, which means essentially that they're paying off faster than they were before, which is really awesome to see because that's what we all want, right? Home loans being around for less time than they would otherwise be. So that's really exciting for us. And then the third element of our strategy that you talked about there is about helping customers have really livable and sustainable homes. And what we do there is we've got two products that are really exciting for customers. Good energy home loans, which helps customers make small improvements to their house or vehicle to help improve the energy efficiency of those. Things like insulation, solar panels, or EVs can all be financed on that product. And we've also got healthy home loans, which means when customers choose to build their homes to a higher standard that meet Homestar rating 6 or above, they're eligible for continued interest rate discounts while they have that house. So some really cool offers out there that just makes sure that you're aware of because you can provide customers that little bit of difference and value.
And finally, Emily, looking ahead, what role do you see advisors playing in helping more Kiwis achieve home ownership? And how will ANZ continue to strengthen its support for them?
Yeah, sure. So from where I'm sitting, we see lots of customers choosing to deal with advisors. And like I said before, there's a myriad of reasons for that, and you yourselves will know what some of those are. But we can continue to see a strong advisor presence for customers, whether that's because they want choices, whether that's because they want a little bit of extra financial advice. There's many reasons there. So absolutely, I see them remaining a critical part of our strategy into the future. What support will ANZ provide? We'll always be there behind them. We'll be making sure that we've got that pricing, those policies, that service model behind it to make sure that you can deliver an excellent service to your customers.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Emily, and huge congratulations once again.
Thanks, Kylie. It's been awesome to be here. Ngā mihi, and thank you so much to our awesome mortgage advisor team that's behind the scenes, making all of this possible every single day.
And thank you, of course, to our viewers for watching the latest episode of NZ Advisor TV. We look forward to seeing you again soon.